Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert Camo, the fantasy football counselor, got a special episode. We are talking about not drafting certain guys. I call this episode, Don't Draft That Guy. Very simple, guys. I'm going to go through the consensus rankings, take a look at the current 2021 fantasy football rankings, and randomly select people that I would never draft and tell you the reasons why. Because you have no business drafting them. Why? Because they had years to wow you, and we're not wowed. So if they've had years to wow you and you're not wowed, why are they ranked so high? Why are they valued so much by the Concheapses? We're going to talk about that. So this episode's called Don't Draft That Guy. Okay, guys? Before we get into that, guys, manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. Amazing trimmer, navigational light, skin-safe technology. Manscaped.com. Father's Day is around the corner. You do not want to miss the opportunity to save 20% on this using promo code SHOWERLION. When you go on checkout, use the promo code SHOWERLION, save 20% off your purchase. You'll be very happy, guys. They've got amazing grooming products, including the Lawnmower 4.0 that just came out, Lawnmower 3.0, ball wipes, everything you guys need. Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. Secondly, guys, fantrax.com /FFC. That's fantrax.com/FFC. Head on over there, guys, right now and sign up. The best ball league is pretty much full. I think there's a couple more spots left. Once you sign up, DM me, I'm in, and I'll let you in. We may open it up to a couple more people, but at this point, it's almost full. So get in now. You still have a shot. That's fantrax.com /FFC. And this is a great place to host your leagues because it's fully customizable. The amount of flexibility you have during your year-long league is amazing. So go sign up, get your league mates on this platform, fantrax.com /FFC. Okay. And last announcement, guys, head on over to thefantasyfootballcounts.com. Get the 16-round draft. So it's your first ever and only video training. Help you guys crush your leagues. Fantasy's around the corner, guys. Get 16 rounds. All right. So I'm basically just going to pick some players. I'm going to go through all the positions, going to look at the overall rankings and say, hey, don't draft that guy. And I'll explain why, okay? So first player I'm looking at is Jalen Hurts. Don't draft that guy. Why would you draft Jalen Hurts? Okay, let's talk about it. What has he done in the NFL? Okay, hold on. Let me wait. Is there a cricket sound effects here? I don't know. I don't even know if I have my cricket sound effect. Listen, what has Jalen Hurts done? Nothing. He threw 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, hasn't really even secured that start. Like, is he starting? I think he's starting. But at the end of the day, man, like, he is on the Eagles. What have the Eagles done? What has this offense done lately to show you that these guys are going to be fantasy relevant? What really gets me here is that Jalen Hurts is currently sitting, guys, listen to this. Jalen Hurts is sitting top 10 amongst quarterbacks, ahead of Ryan Tannehill. Let me repeat that again. Jalen Hurts is sitting top 10, number 10 amongst quarterbacks, ahead of guys like Ryan Tannehill, proved they could be top 10, who just acquired Julio Jones. They've got amazing weapons, ahead of Matt Ryan, ahead of other guys that are definitely going to finish ahead of him. So why is he ranked top 10? Well, the Concheapses are idiots, but I know what they're trying to do. They see some upside in him. They see some talent. They see that they think he's like Lamar Jackson because he runs the ball. They think he's like a Russell Wilson, a Josh Allen, just because he can rush, he can run the ball a little bit as well. But listen, I'm not sold. Yes, they got Devontae Smith. They got some good weapons around him. And yes, the ceiling is there. This guy could finish top 3 for all we know. We don't know. All I'm saying is when you draft a quarterback, make sure you anchor your team with an ace quarterback that's proven and then get a backup quarterback with upside later. This is a guy that I would get maybe in the 10th round as a backup, possibly. Now, I wouldn't personally, but that's what you'd expect out of him. But he's going really, really early in drafts, and people are going to draft him thinking he's the next coming of Lamar Jackson in a couple, 2019 year, whenever Lamar Jackson went off. So don't draft that guy. Okay. Now I can go into a bunch, like I could really dive into data and all that, but I know the data. I'm just telling you, don't draft that guy. Second guy here sitting, I can't believe this, but this is ridiculous, man. Like I don't even believe this is happening. This guy is sitting 8th on the Concheapses rankings amongst running backs. 8th. But I'm going to tell you, Austin Ekeler, don't draft that guy. Why? Well, first and very important foremost, last year he busted. This is a guy that everybody, the mainstream, the Concheapses, the 4-letter networks, the outdated magazines, all said draft Austin Ekeler. He was in the top 10, similar spot to where he is. Draft him at the end of the first round, early second. That's what they manipulated you to believe. But he busted. Why? He got hurt. Why? Because I said he's not a workhorse running back. When has he ever had a year where he's a top 5 running back where he gets 300 attempts? Well, Joey makes it up in the passing game. Listen, don't draft that guy. I'm telling you guys, he was a backup to who? A guy that sucks in his own right, Melvin Gordon, who, by the way, don't draft that guy either. There's a bonus for you because Javonte Williams should be the guy. Broncos do not believe in Melvin Gordon. Only 1,000-yard rushing season. Look it up. 6 years, 1,000-yard rushing season. Melvin Gordon sucks, okay? So we're going back to Ekeler, a backup. Years to Wild, we're not wild. Now, one plus he's got going for him is I love Justin Herbert. I love this offense to that degree, but they don't have a true workhorse running back. They've got Joshua Kelly. They've got another guy they drafted, a rookie that could emerge. I don't know what his name is, Larry Roundtree or something like that. Could be wrong. But listen, what I'm telling you is that years to wow us, we're not wow. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you not to draft him. So let me see. I think it was Larry. What round was Larry Roundtree drafted? Larry Roundtree, there's Justin Jackson there. Larry Roundtree, I believe, was drafted in the 6th round. So listen, I'm staying away. Another guy, okay? Let me repeat, do not draft him. The guy I'm talking about is Nick Chubb, yet again in the top 10. After 2 years in a row, let me repeat this. I'm going to repeat this. I want you guys to listen good in your ears. Hold on. Is this thing on? Nick Chubb busted last year. Okay. Kareem Hunt was better value. People were getting Kareem Hunt in the 6th to 8th round. Nick Chubb in the 1st round. Nick Chubb finished below Kareem Hunt the year before in PPR. Kareem Hunt outscored Nick Chubb in PPR. So what I'm saying is Kareem Hunt is going to hinder whatever ceiling Nick Chubb has, no matter what you say. Yes, he could have a lot of rush yards. Yes, he could have a lot of rushing touchdowns, but he's always going to be lacking in the passing game. So what I'm saying is in the 1st round, always go for a guy that's not going to be competing with somebody else for volume and touches, not a guy that's finished second to that person, in their running back committee 2 years in a row. So don't draft that guy. There's more secure running backs with higher ceilings that you can get. Subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, or go back to watch some other videos on must-have running backs, okay? Or get 16 rounds because I explained it there as well. But Nick Chubb, don't draft that guy. Let me give you another running back not to draft. Please, please, please don't draft this guy. I cannot implore you enough not to draft this guy. Do not draft Joe Mixon. Yet again, sitting 11th on the consensus rankings. Like, I don't understand why the Chiefs don't learn that these guys aren't good. They've done this with Odell Beckham Jr., and I'm going to talk about this. Odell Beckham Jr., I said, do not draft that guy. By the way, I'm saying that again. Do not draft that guy for 4 years in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. There's my middle finger. I'm holding it up. Listen, screw you, Chiefs, okay? Odell Beckham Jr., 4 years in a row, busted. You guys told us to draft him in the 1st round, 3 years in a row, busted. Last year, you told me to draft him in the 3rd round, he busted. This year, again, he's in the 5th round. Listen, that's his ADP. Don't draft that guy. Going back to what I was saying with Joe Mixon, don't draft him either. Because, again, years to wow us, we're not wowed, okay? I think his pinnacle year was like in 2018 where he peaked at like 8 touchdowns in a season, like 243 points. What is that? That's not a high ceiling guy. Now, while I definitely understand that Mixon isn't an opportunity where he could potentially thrive, but it is a young offense. They do have a receiver now. They brought in Jamar Chase. They got some options. I'm going to go ahead and stay away from Joe Mixon. I'm imploring you, do not draft that guy, okay? Years to wow us, we're not wowed. Again, just doesn't have a high ceiling, okay? Let's go over a couple wide receivers here. I'm handpicking people just to not draft, okay? Davante Adams. Do not draft that guy. Well, now you're saying, Joe, you're wearing a Packers hat. Davante Adams had a pinnacle year. Exactly. And I said this with Michael Thomas back in 2019. I said, do not draft Michael Thomas. And Joe said, put that guy in a straitjacket. He's crazy. Don't cancel Joe. Get rid of Joe. He's not a fantasy football analyst. Get rid of him. But at the end of the day, I was right. Okay? Do not draft Michael Thomas is what I said. He was top 5 picks all the time. Now you've got Davante Adams here. Davante Adams coming off a pinnacle 18 touchdown season. Now you're saying, oh, Joe, he could finish with 12 touchdowns. That's a little bit of a decline. He could still be a top receiver. Yes, possibly. But he's also shown times where he has gotten injured And Aaron Rodgers drama, who knows what's going on with him and his mentality, whether he wants to try or not, coming off an MVP Cinderella season. Guys, they've had too perfect of a season, okay? And another reason why you do not want to draft that guy is very simple, guys. Pinnacle season, that's number one. And number two, guys, this is the most important reason of all. You should be getting a running back in the first round, okay? So that's the biggest reason. So do not draft that guy. Do not draft Tyreek Hill. Do not get a wide receiver in the first round. We've seen these guys bust. Now, I know running backs bust as well, but you have a chance to get the most scarce position early on, okay? Let me give you another guy to not draft. Amari Cooper, currently sitting 13th on the consensus rankings. Don't draft that guy. Why? Because this guy peaks at 120 targets. He's not going to be a volume guy. You've got CeeDee Lamb. You've got Michael Gallup there. You've got Zeke Elliott, who is going to have a floor of 260 rushing attempts minimum. Don't draft that guy, okay? Again, Amari Cooper's a guy that's just been overrated. Like, he's a good receiver, but he's not great, right? And you're going to have to invest some pretty high draft capital in him yet again to get him, okay? Now, I'm not saying super high, but I'm talking like third round. That's high enough for me to say, don't draft that guy, okay? Let's move on to tight end here. George Kittle, I mean, he's good. You know, he's going on an offense that could be potentially high octane. We don't know, but you're investing a super early pick on a tight end when there's better tight ends out there potentially that could really boom this year. Maybe a Mike Gesicki later. Now, TJ Hawkinson, very high on the rankings, fourth amongst tight ends. You could have invest an early draft pick on Hawkinson. I like them in the 8th round, but the Lions don't have a receiver. So I like Hawkinson, but again, too expensive. I'm not going to say not to draft Hawkinson because I may consider it because I like the ceiling. But I'm talking about George Kittle and the tight end position. Don't draft that guy, okay? Very simple. A couple more running backs here. Let's just go here. Let me take a quick look. This guy isn't that high on the rankings, but he's saying that he's ready to run through a brick wall, blah, 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 blah. Years to wow us, we're not wowed. But I'm telling you, don't draft this guy. The guy I'm talking about is Chase Edmonds, okay? Years to wow us, we're not wowed. He's, okay, listen, I don't know how to tell this to you. I don't know how to put this to you nicely. He's not good. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And, you know, we don't trust the Arizona Cardinals because they said that David Johnson was going to be the guy a couple years ago. That's what Kingsbury said. And then they benched him. They got rid of him. They disrespected him. They brought in Kenyon Drake, who sucks, was a backup in Miami. Absolutely sucks. And then the mainstream, like, no, Kenyon Drake's the guy. Kingsbury said Kenyon Drake's the guy. And everybody drafted Kenyon Drake as the guy, you know, in the first round last year. End of first round, early second, and he busted. Like, I don't know what to tell you. He wasn't a workhorse guy. He's not good. He's not good. He's not good. He sucks. Yet people drafted him, and that's a shame. So now he's with the backup to Josh Jacobs with the Raiders, and Kingsbury's now saying that Chase Edmonds is the guy. You think I honestly believe that, but some people are going to go wide receiver heavy early and draft Chase Edmonds as their RB1, RB2, thinking he's going to be the guy. Do not draft that guy. He's not good. He's a backup, okay? When players have had years to wow you and you're not wowed, do not draft that guy. Another guy here, DeAndre Swift. Everybody's high on him, but when have the Detroit Lions proven that they can have a workhorse running back and have him succeed on a high level for fantasy football lately? Not lately at all, right? They tried to do this with Amir Abdullah years ago. He sucked. So many running backs. Kerryon Johnson. Oh, hey, that's the guy. Kerryon Johnson busted. Now you're talking about DeAndre Swift. It's a committee there, guys. It's going to be a committee there with Williams and whoever they're bringing. They were entertaining, you know, Todd Gurley. At the time of this recording, I don't know whether they acquired him, what's going on. But listen, it's going to be a committee. Okay, I don't trust. These guys don't even have a wide receiver to spread the offense at all. New situation with a quarterback, Goff coming in. It's pretty much a disaster here, guys. So I'm going to say DeAndre Swift, you're going to pay pretty high price for him, probably third round. But I'm going to say do not draft that guy, okay? It's a bit of a mess there, okay? And again, there's a ton of guys like I can go through here. Gus Edwards, Kenyon Drake. There's a ton of other guys here. Melvin Gordon, Chase Edmonds, Myles Gaskin. There's a ton of guys to not draft. And I'm going to be doing a suck-episode very soon here. But I wanted to go over a couple names that I just don't trust, and I implore you not to draft that guy. One more here for the road, DJ Moore. And I don't understand the hype. Like, I really don't understand the hype with DJ Moore. It makes zero sense to me why this guy is so hyped. He's not good. He is not good. Like, what part of DJ Moore is not good. Do you not understand? Last year, everybody said draft him in the third round. I was like, nope, don't do that. He's not good. And I got Robbie Anderson like the 8th, 9th round for absolutely free, and Robbie Anderson blew him away. Not blew him away, but he did a lot better in fantasy points, okay? So now DJ Moore is ranked 19th. Where's Robbie Anderson? He's ranked below DJ Moore. I don't even know where Robbie Anderson is. He's so damn far low on the rankings. He's like 30th, 31st amongst rankings, amongst wide receivers in PPR. So DJ Moore, still, people are going to be drafting him in the 3rd round, 4th round, maybe even as late as the 5th. Like, he is currently sitting ahead of Cooper Kupp and Adam Thielen. That is absolute ludicrous. Ahead of DJ Shark and Cortland Sutton. Ludicrous. DJ Moore sucks. Like, I don't know how to tell you this without, I just want to hammer that point home. Okay? And everybody from the mainstream suggested you draft this guy in the 3rd round in 2020. Now in 2021, dropped a little bit in ADP, but still ahead of guys that are true wide receiver ones and better talented players. I, for one, am telling you, I will not draft him, and you should not draft that guy. It's amazing how wide receiver 2s are ranked ahead of wide receiver 1s. It just blows my mind. Always aim high on the depth chart when you're drafting any player, and you're shooting low when you draft DJ Moore, okay? So there you have it, guys. Do not draft those guys, that guy, whatever it takes. Guys, aim high on the depth chart. Look for a volume opportunity. If you're looking at a running back in a committee, make sure they're not sharing a committee with another person that's outscored them and drafting that other person that you want to draft in the 1st round, or they're telling you to draft in the 1st round. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. You guys got to be careful. Go for volume, guys. Aim high on the depth chart and get the value. Michael Thomas, a lot better value this year as the clear-cut wide receiver 1 than he was last year as a top 5 pick. Think, guys. Think outside the box, right? Okay? But if you want all the answers, get the 16-round draft solution. It's going to help you guys crush your leagues. TheFantasyFootballCounselor.com. Head on over there right now. Do it. Pause the video. Stop the video. Go. Subscribe to this channel. Leave a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube, which player are you not going to draft? Do not draft that guy. Which guy do you think you don't want to draft? Which guy are you afraid of? Which guy do you not trust? Okay? Subscribe, thumbs up, get 16 rounds, and I'm out. And remember, don't draft that guy.